Straight pride isn't hatred. It's nature. What is nature? What is nature is nature. Nature's nature is to preserve itself for the future. Many scientists and evolution theorists,
I'm not a freaking evolutionist,
talk about the concept of the survival of the fittest and how natural selection only selects the genes that will ensure the survival of a species. I personally don't believe in natural selection, but I thought I'd mention that really quick because of the fact that that's what scientists and mainstream evolutionists are theorizing about. Based off of their ideologies, the concept and existence of homosexuality should have been bred out of humanity a long time ago. Why? Because it doesn't support life. It's an unnatural thing that has absolutely nothing to do with preserving future generations. If everybody in the world today became gay right now, there would be, after this generation, everyone would be extinct. Humanity would cease to exist. That is one of the main reasons why the Most High Yah of Heaven considers homosexuality to be an abomination. It's all over the biblical scriptures. There is no way to reconcile this fact. I have straight pride because of the fact that I want future children. I want grandchildren and many generations to come forth from the house of Elijah Reich in the future. And I know that the only way I can go about achieving that is if I'm a heterosexual person. It's obvious to me that when Yah was designing nature, he designed it so that it would replenish itself. That's why men and women were literally made for one another. The male energy is balanced by the female energy and vice versa. Female energy is balanced by male energy. Men were not meant to have sexual relationships with other men. And I have a scenario to prove it. There are 4 people on an island. There's a man and a woman who are both in a relationship, and there's a man and a man who are also in a relationship. A homosexual relationship and a heterosexual relationship. 200 years go by. Nobody comes to the land, rescues nobody, and so on and so forth. But 200 years later, what's going on that land? Well, you have the grandkids of the heterosexual couple who are now surviving and thriving and starting to grow a little bit of what you'd call a small village or a community. Whereas the homosexual couple died out. They're buried somewhere in the far back of the island. If homosexuality was supposed to be a natural thing that's supported by nature, then where are the homosexuals' kids at? Obviously, nature chose which relationship it supported. Now, people often like to talk about the fact that, well, in nature, you get many occurrences of homosexuality within all different species. First of all, one thing you gotta understand is that the government has been spraying chemicals and things out there into the atmosphere, things that are changing the genetic makeup and the biochemistry of many different organisms. That's why lots of men are becoming gay. It's like an epidemic now. It wasn't this bad years ago. It wasn't that many gay people years ago. But then it's like all of a sudden it's an epidemic now. They're putting chemicals that boost the estrogen levels in male creatures and even have male frogs developing uteruses and ovaries at the age of being an embryo, at the age of being a fetus, basically. And so the reason why these weird flukes of nature are happening is because of the fact that chemicals are being dispersed out there in the air. And also, yes, in ancient times, homosexuality did exist from time to time. But you also got to think about it like this, okay? Think about someone who designs a program, right? The program is designed to do this. You know, men and women were designed to be with one another so that they could have children. So basically, you have this program that's designed to do what it does, right? And in the future, you start to have some problems with this program, and come to find out there are bugs or rare anomalies within this program that's causing it to disrupt the system and whatnot. That's how you can think of homosexuality. It's basically like it's a fluke of nature that isn't really supposed to happen. Weird sexual preferences are often flukes of nature caused by demons taking over. Now, this isn't a hate speech video. It's just the uncommon sense truth. I don't hate gay people, but obviously nature doesn't support this behavior. So, like I said before, straight pride. Because being straight is the only thing supported by nature when it comes to the survival of a species. Plants depend on it, animals depend on it, humans depend on it, heck, even roaches, flies, and fleas depend on it. Bottom freaking line.